What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are not going to be working on my 65 Mustang. As you guys know, we've been making a lot of progress on this car, but today we're actually going to be flying out to California. It's going to be like a little mini vacation / we are going to be fixing a car. My friend bought a Supra, and it turns out he took it to the wrong frame shop and he kind of messed up the quarter panel. So we are actually going to fly out there and help him fix it up. And honestly, guys, it's going to be super fun. I've never been to California, and I'm going to show you guys the whole trip. Let's go. So we're heading to the airport right now, and we're actually driving one of the builds, the Subaru. I've been daily driving it for the past couple of weeks, and I absolutely love it. It took about 28 miles to a gallon. It's a manual. It's super fun to drive, but I'll catch you guys at the airport. It's around 2 hours away, so let's get to driving. So guys, we just made it to Sacramento, California, and here's the car we're actually going to be working on today. It is a 2020 Toyota Supra. It's actually my friend Nor's here. What's going on, man?
What's up, bro?
So tell me a little bit about this car. What's going on here? What happened with this quarter panel repair? I see somebody's already been pulling on it, and they did some kind of shoddy repair on there, didn't they?
Yeah, so basically I got this from Copart. The only damage was really this quarter panel damage, the door, the side skirt, and there's a guy at a body shop. He was like, hey man, all I gotta do is pull this out, slap some bond on it, everything be gravy in the Navy. I was like, all right man, pay them a good chunk of change, and you saw the gaps, bro.
That's crazy. So basically he just pulled everything out. You can kind of see the weld marks right there. I guess he was welding to this area and just yanking it all out, which that's crazy. I mean, this is a 2020 Supra. You don't want this kind of work being done on your car. So we are actually gonna be replacing this quarter panel piece right here, and he has the new one right here. Check this out. He only got a half cut because I mean there's really no reason to replace the entire quarter panel whenever it's just literally the inner skin right here. But man, that's crazy. Well, some people will just charge you out the butt to, you know, do a repair, and this is how it turns out. And let me show you guys the gaps. It does not look that good at all. And bam, check that out. I mean, you'd have to put a lot of body filler just to get that near looking good. I mean, this is a 2020. You don't want this kind of work done on it. So what we're gonna do right now is we're actually gonna go ahead and prep this car. I think we're gonna take out the window first, take the window out, and then we can actually remove the gas cap and start prepping this thing for the new quarter panel. So we went ahead and took the wheel off. We also took the gas cap off right here, and we filled the filler hole up with a wet rag, just so whenever we're cutting and grinding, we don't blow up the car. We also took out this glass right here. It was a little tricky without the right tools, but you know what? You can literally cut it out with a razor blade. But man, check out this right here. This man must have spent hours just trying to pull all this out. And honestly, he did a halfway decent job, because I know this car was hit pretty good before. So, I mean, maybe if you worked it a little bit more, you could potentially get this thing body filled. But honestly, we do have the new quarter panel right here. So we are just gonna go ahead and swap everything. So now what we're gonna do is grab our Milwaukee drill and basically just drill out all these spot welds and get this entire old piece off. So we went ahead and drilled out all of the spot welds on this quarter panel right here. And as you can see, this is actually a 3-piece quarter panel. We have this section right here, we have the actual quarter panel, and then we have this side rocker. We do have a full factory quarter panel, which we are just gonna replace it in one piece, just so we keep all this factory seam sealer and stuff like that. But now that we have everything drilled out, let's go ahead and grab a chisel and get this old piece off the car. So we got the entire quarter panel nice and separated, and it's actually some pretty thin metal right here. We're just ripping right through it. So now what we're gonna do is go ahead and make our first cuts, which are gonna be a lot shorter than what they are on the other quarter panel. So I think we're gonna do like a cut here, and then we can literally just peel this entire panel off. So we finally got the old skin off, and it looks pretty good under here. There's no damage to the actual main structure of the car. I mean, this is pretty weak though. You can literally bend it in there with your hand. Now all we have to do is basically prep the surfaces up. We need to cut this off right here where the guy welded on there, which kind of sucks right there. And then we can straighten out this little dip right here, and then we'll be pretty much ready to go ahead and start working on the used quarter panel right here. So let's get straight to prepping this surface. So we got the new quarter panel all nice and separated, and check out how nice it came out. Everything came out really good. Now what it's time to do is go ahead and make our template. So basically we're gonna cut a little bit more off of here, cut this piece off, and then cut this piece off, and then we can transfer that onto this quarter panel and do our final trims. And then I think we'll be ready for our test fit. Let's go ahead and do some cutting and get this quarter panel trimmed to size. So guys, check it out. We got the quarter panel nice and mounted on the car with a couple of clamps, and check out that cut line right there. It turned out awesome. All we're gonna have to do now is just do some grinding and cleaning up right there. But check out the gaps. They also turned out good. Definitely a lot better than how the other quarter panel was on here, and it's a lot less work because there's only gonna be some body filler right here, a little bit right here, and then there's gonna be seam sealer down there and a little bit of filler right there. So now the next step is going to be just to grind all this stuff down and basically prep it and get it welded on. So guys, check it out. We got the quarter panel all welded up, and I also went ahead and ground down all the welds, and check out how freaking perfect that turned out. It's literally going to need a light thin coat of body filler right here, and literally just it's actually pretty impressive the way I did it right there. Turned out awesome. Also down there, welded everything up, went ahead and ground down all the welds. And man, this is gonna be so much easier just to do a little bit of filler work right here and right here instead of actually fixing this old quarter panel right here. It's pretty crazy how much hours the guy who actually pulled all this out put into like pulling all this out. But you can kind of see that the design right here is literally completely different than what's going on down here. So the side skirt would have never fit, and then look inside. He was doing some serious
hours,
welding,
bro.
That's crazy. Like, look at that right there. And then the actual quarter panel, which is super crazy. So now all we need to do is go ahead and sand all this down, throw some body filler on it, prime it. So all we gotta do now is go ahead and sand it down, throw some body filler on there, and it'll be good to go. And I'm gonna fly back to Tennessee. So after hours of sanding, we finally got all the body work done on this quarter panel, and it is time to spray some primer on there. And honestly guys, it turned out really nice. I like the way the body filler sanded. We did go with the highest quality Bondo and some glazing filler, but everything turned out good. We're gonna throw some primer down there. That area right there is gonna need to be seam sealed, but I think he can do that later. So let's go ahead and get this area primed in. Got the quarter panel all wrapped up, and it only took about 2.5 days. We got it looking sweet, and honestly, it might not be the super correct way to do it where you have to cut the entire quarter panel on, but you have to understand guys, all this right here is literally factory perfect, and you don't really want to mess with all that. I mean, in certain cases, yeah, it would have been nice to replace all this, but honestly, he did get kind of screwed for paying a lot of money for the guy to do that right there. And honestly, this is going to be just as good. He is also going to spray some cavity wax in here, some cavity wax down there. Same thing over there. Keep all the moisture out, keep it from rusting, and I think it will be good to go. So if you all enjoyed this short little video on replacing this quarter panel in a garage, make sure you hit that subscribe button and drop a follow on Instagram. Thanks for watching.